we're at the Grove Way Bonsai Nursery,
Yes.
and we would like to see some of the trees here. Can you introduce yourself and describe this tree we're looking at?
My name is Johnny Uchida. It's Grove Way Bonsai Nursery. I'm the owner. We just gave it to my son, took over first of the year. I'm just about ready to retire. Been here since 1971. Then I'm doing bonsai, landscaping business. Bonsai maybe 3 days, landscaping business maybe 3 days. That's what came up to this far. Otherwise, bonsai business only is very hard to live in. Because it takes so much time, so much years, a lot of work.
How did you start?
So I started from one of the Japanese people looking for some of the bonsai nurseries, in Berkeley area. So they can't find the land, but I found a little piece of land over here. I found it, and I look at the week after, look at the newspaper. I found it, the people who looking for place to put the nurseries, but I had to try to put a nursery, but I don't have any material. So that time I found a lot of bonsai trees and material, found a whole bunch of them. And that's what I started bonsai over here.
So you opened in 1973.
1971.
1971.
Yeah.
Well,
That time it's only a house and the land.
Okay.
Bunch of weeds. Then I started from small pine trees, people who sell them at Berkeley area.
So was it popular then?
Yeah, not too much. Only maybe a few other nurseries around here. And one of the friend of mine, the guy came from Japan doing Castro body. I asked him to, how did he start it? So then he started in 1953. So I started this one 71.
71. Well, where did you get the equipment to
Equipment is not much water. Then I have to buy pots. They have in San Francisco wholesale pots and some other wires and stuff like that in San Francisco. After that, we have Sacramento. This guy have pots and wires and everything, soils and everything. Wholesale guys in Sacramento. I buy from him. 75 or so after that, buying until today's. But anyway, this is not a full-time job because someday nobody buy it. Take maybe 5 years after we sell them maybe sometime. So that's why take so long. And so I've been working 3 days maybe outside landscaping job, then 3 days up bonsai business.
So can you describe this tree right in front of you, the story of that tree?
Yes, this tree, when doing World War finish, 1943, one of my sensei, it's in Berkeley, he gave a gift from Monterey. That's what I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard it. Then gift for I think at 1943. He's about 43 years old. He gave it for gift, for the birthday gift. It was about that big ones. So then he passed away in 1985. And before he passed away, he said that this is you're my first student. Why don't you keep it this one? So I get it for. Then this tree sit right here since 1985.
And what have you done to it since then?
It was just to give some more water and fertilizing, And one time they busted off the pots. We put new pots, same size of pots, same kind. and just trees sit right here, and otherwise this is my first bonsai, more like.
Wow.
This trees come up down Southern California, and it was 15 gallon, and by around 18, 19 years old. It's about that big ones, trees. Then I make the bonsai for that kind of semi-cascade style. And since, let's see, this tree sit right here, maybe about around 20 years. Yeah, so I need to get to bonsai, it look like. So, juniper prostrata.
So how is Hayward for growing bonsai? Is it a good?
I think I look at it, I look at maybe Southern California, Northern California, right here spot. Because we are maybe three miles to the bay, San Francisco Bay, Then winds, and maybe hardest you could get maybe 100 sometime. Maybe 95 is the highest. Then the cold is maybe 30. Down 30, not lower than that. So bonsai, stay this kind of bonsai, go down 30 up to hundreds. You just sit right here since we put it in here.
And how often do you water this?
Water do every day, just like we are.
In the
Drink
morning,
every day. In the morning, afternoon is okay, but morning better than afternoon because too much. In the morning we could wet the foliage, but this afternoon when it's hot, you wet the foliage, they're gonna be it's not good for the trees. Start sometimes burn it up. Trees sometimes go up to, we have a temperature come up over here sometime maybe 90. But Sacramento area hundreds. This one, 2004, just came in. Then he came in 2004, but came in, this one is 7 feet tall. Came in, I think, April. Then October, our show is October. Then he came October 2nd or so. Then after 2 days, 2004, he started working on it. It was 6 feet tall, come down to 5 feet. Then I got a man, he had the bears inside. The one more guys, my friends came over, they were working on 2 days to make it shape like this. And that low for, let's see, take about 2 days maybe to come down 4 feet. Right now 3 feet from here to here. So that's what the tree is, come down to here. So after he did it for 6 feet, to take about 10 years later, 13 years later, and 3 feet to come down. 6 foot tall trees. That's what the bonsai, he uses chainsaws and all kinds, tools, bring from Japan. And he did it for me. Then now final, this one's gonna be supposed to be 3 feet. Maybe we're gonna 6 feet tall tree. Tall tree is make it to 3 feet. You gotta know how to do it, something, So right now it's 3 feet from here and about 4 feet wide. This tree is, we figured they said maybe over 650 to 550 to 600 years old.
And what species of tree is
The
it?
California junipers.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one said it might be a little bit older, but this is better shape. So you got so many. I didn't know so many. They got so many different kind. People who bought this one, they told growing 35 years from an acorn. Isn't that pretty? Then I came here about March. Then we don't no leaf at all. So I kind of repotted. But the meantime, they come over here, buy some soil, bags and bags, I don't know what they're gonna do. I didn't know where they are either. Then one day they come down, hey, we got some oak tree. What kind of oak? Valley oak. Oh, I never see before. So I went to see it, and he got such a small yard. The backyard is only about 15 feet wide. Where the bonsai trees are? He said, a roof. Roof slope about that much roof, and on top of the gravel, in the roof. When you go roof is hot, summertime, you know. Oh yeah, in Oakland, even Oakland hot. But they put the water, I think every day used to be going up, every day put the water on the roof. And I think they gave up, so they put the drip system. And 35 years, they don't know what to do, but just keep it alive. So I said, I'm gonna borrow more, I brought it back, put it here. Then the whole plastic pots, you know, they don't do nothing. But I think this one repotted gonna be, maybe they like it. So I bring over here about 30 some odd trees. I think we saw maybe about 10 of them. And the first time doing very oak. May 3rd weekends, which is 20th, 21st, this year was. And that time, this one you just can't see the leaf covered with the flowers.
How do you get the flowers to?
Well, only May blooming. So that's what we call Satsuki azaleas, which is Japanese azaleas. But the girls born on the May in Japan put the name on Satsuki. That's a good name, huh?
How do you stimulate the flowers? Do you do anything special?
No, this flower special flower. I think maybe this azalea soils and everything different than we used to be using azalea peat moss, but this is Kanuma soil from Japan. You know.
So is it volcanic?
Huh? More like volcano, you know. So this one, 3 different color. This is one color. There's a red one, the pink ones. This is blue. So sometimes maybe 3, 4 different color. So they pollinate it. This is Trident maple, and I got some over there at regular maple. Yeah, but it's Trident maple. So sometimes I do make a small tree like this and make a group honey. So first time I made this one's a bigger pot like this for 25 trees. I put it in there for the, group honey. And when this is pretty, in the fall, it's get turn red, and some maybe yellow, and all the year round. Very strong than regular maple. Just try the maple. Regular maple is right there. Yeah, this is a landscaping tree or maybe garden tree. You could do bonsai too. Put in a bonsai pot, or you just trim it up like this.
So you want to just get the shape even?
Yeah, just kind of shape like that. We don't have to put a wire or anything like a bonsai, So the landscaping bonsai tree is more thicker.
So landscaping is much easier.
Yeah, landscaping is more easier. You don't have to put the wires. Bonsai is in bonsai pots. Individual we call take care of it. So, but this one, some other trees get together, the landscaping. So, but the one tree make up to this rod or take about maybe 15, 20 years to get to put together like this.
After you install this in someone's landscape, do people want you to come and trim it regularly?
Once in a while, yeah, we do. they have some people have already gardeners, but gardeners the way are a little bit different. Bonsai people, the gardeners, sometimes big difference. So they don't do like. So in other words, nobody do like you do, right?
Yeah.
We know that the prunes and everything. So some people do the gardeners. There's a clippers like this. Then that's it. That's the end of it. If you do that, I can't do bonsai. They don't know how to do it. Just fast and fast. Cut the lawn. Use the blow it, and then take it off to get another house. That's what the gardener is. But the bonsai people, no, can't do that. Yeah.
So this takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
So-
take a lot of time.
This is where a tree like this would cost a lot more from a
That's
bonsai.
why. So yeah, by the time that it costs a lot more to do that, but people wanted to buy too much money. No, they don't. They think maybe we could make it easy. This one, no, it's not that easy.
Okay, can you tell me the story of this tree?
Yeah, this tree. Johnny started this tree from seed in
Little ones seed 2010.
2010. The little tree. So the little tree is from 2010.
2006.
2006 on this one. So
Together.
and we just cut the candles and reduced the needle mass, and now we're just going to wire up a few odds and ends and get this thing a few branches back into place. Maybe a little bit better. Some might be a little bit better. Some might think you're out of your mind. So we already got like this part kind of situated down here. We're gonna move this over space over here. And of course, wiring. Once you learn it, anchor points are very important for wiring. Making sure that you don't move one branch and another branch that you're attached to moves. Using right size wire is important.
So what gauge wire is this?
This is 14 copper going on here right now, and usually it's about 1/3 with copper of the branch size. You would use a bigger wire, obviously, for bigger branches. So this one is just going to, you want to try to apply the wire the way you want to bend the branch. So when you tighten the wire, or you bend the branch, it kind of tightens the wire. If you apply it the other way, it'll kind of loosen up and be a little useless for what you need, what you're trying to do. So this being applied this way, I can almost like twist this down a little bit. It tightens up and gets that over more to where I want it. A little more definition there. And older trees have to be a little careful, making sure we don't break anything. Sometimes you hear a little crack, but as long as they don't end up with one piece in one hand and one piece in the other kind of thing, you should be all right. So while it's growing and the wire's on there, you can end up the wire digging into the branch. So this particular tree is growing a little bit slower, so you can leave the wire on a little bit longer. If you do this in springtime, the wire is going to cut in at a faster rate. So you want to apply your wire certain times of the year when maybe you don't have to worry about that part as much. And then it'll help you keep the wire on there just a little longer. If not, wire on, wire off is not unusual.
And can you use the same piece of wire again?
On aluminum, you could straighten up aluminum and use it again, but on copper, it's annealed copper, so you won't be able to because it work hardens as you use it. So if I was to wrap this around my fingers back and forth and then decide to take it off, you'd have all these kinky marks on there, and then if you tried to straighten it up or did this and that, the wire work hardens to where now it makes it harder to put on the tree for application. And you can almost feel how hard that got just in that little bit of goofing off there. So you have to kind of realize where you're going with it and use it accordingly. Once you put it on, it's work hardening, and then every time you move the branch, it work hardens, so then it hopefully holds the branch where you want it without too much difficulty. So no, you can't really use copper again. To me, it's a little useless. So I got a smaller wire that was already applied. It's actually going in the direction that it's not helping us out. So we're going to take this off. We're going to come in here. And you want to be careful with pines. You don't want to keep attacking it and hitting these things. You want to try to come in this way with your hand underneath it, this way as much as possible. You start hitting on that needles too much, you'll start breaking needles a lot easier, and you'll see that after effect later on in the process. So there's wire so far, stop, move a branch, wire, move a branch. You don't have to worry about going 100 miles an hour.